Let's take a look at the difference between the sulfide, sulfite, and sulfate ions. This is something that gives people a little bit of problems. So let's start out with just sulfide. When we say sulfide, we're talking about the ion that comes just from sulfur. When sulfur gains 2 electrons, becomes an ion. That's just S2-. So that's the sulfide ion. For ite and ate, when we see ite and ate, we know that it's going to be a polyatomic ion. We know that it'll be more than one atom bonded together. Probably the best way to do this is memorize the sulfate ion. The sulfate ion, it comes up quite frequently in chemistry, so it's really useful just to have that in your memory. Then we can use this rule to remember the sulfite ion. For sulfite, we'll have one less oxygen than 8. Think of it as sulfate is greater, it's larger. So instead of SO4 2-, the sulfite ion will be SO3 2-. So we just have one less oxygen. This rule also works for other polyatomic ions like nitrate and nitrite, or phosphate and phosphite. As long as you know the 8, you can figure out the ite. It just has one less oxygen. There are very different substances here. Here we have just sulfur with the 2- ionic charge. Here we have this trigonal pyramidal molecular geometry. And for the sulfate, we have a tetrahedral molecular geometry. They also have very different reactivities. This is Dr. B discussing the difference between sulfide, sulfite, and sulfate. Thanks for watching.